So first, I'd like to apologize for my jeans. I know we're not supposed to wear jeans, but when we were doing in-person classes, I was able to borrow jeans or borrow khakis from a friend of mine, and now because everything is happening, I am unable to do that. All right. All great things come with a great amount of effort. Today, I'll be talking to you about powerlifting and why I believe that powerlifting is the best form of weightlifting out there. For my first point, I'll talk to you about what you can achieve through powerlifting. For my second point, I will compare powerlifting to the other forms of weightlifting. Now, powerlifting requires or deals the least amount of toll on your body. When it comes to powerlifting, you're not constantly on a daily basis lifting heavy, immense weights like strongman, or on a daily basis in a calorie deficit like bodybuilders. Powerlifting is a great way to help your stress. When it comes to stress, you can diminish some of your anxiety levels through powerlifting. Research done by the article by Fitness Gene, an article stating a review of 7 studies found that moderate intensity strength training led to a small significant reduction in symptoms of anxiety. However, it wasn't done by clinically diagnosed adults with anxiety. So you can take that one off there. You can take that where you want to take that. According to Dr. Kendall, it's quite dangerous to stay at a low body fat percentage because it can cause effect to the reproduction system, bone, thyroid, and metabolism. That was stated by Dr. Kendall. That's just one reason why. That's a reason why powerlifting can help your psyche, and why bodybuilding can reduce a lot of things for you. So, for my second point, I will be comparing you to the difference of strongman and bodybuilding to powerlifting. So this right here is what a typical powerlifter would look like. This right here is what a typical strongman would look like, professional, and this right here is what a typical professional bodybuilder would look like. As you can see, there's quite a big difference between all three of these men. He's less defined, will have the most mass on him, but he's the most defined. He has not too much mass and he's not really defined. The difference between all of these is when it comes to strongmen, on a daily basis they are lifting heavy weights, throwing a lot of things, and there's so much risk of injury that can come from all this. When it comes to bodybuilding, they're constantly fighting with their calorie intake to put on more mass and to lower their body fat percentage. However, like we just heard from Dr. Kendall, that is not always the healthiest way of doing this. That can actually cause problems with their reproductive system, with their thyroid, and with their heart. And this bodybuilder right here is a perfect example of why you shouldn't take bodybuilding to that extent. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger, former governor of California. He showed what could really happen if you push it to the limits. He can no longer lift heavy weights. He can no longer lift weights at all, really. He still goes because his addiction is so strong to it. But he can no longer lift it, and I think you've all seen pictures of how he is now. Thorbjornsson just broke the world record for 501 kg deadlift. He did this through all the stuff and all the things on his body, and he's under his body. But however, Thorbjornsson had a stroke a few years back due to the mass and size and the weight that he was putting on. Things do not end too well for people who take seriously to go on serious routes of bodybuilding and strongman. Another example is former 500 kg deadlift world record holder Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall was so big and had so much mass on him that his heel literally caved in on itself. And you can see right here what happened, how terrible that must have felt, and how it looks. So, bodybuilding has its benefits, but it also has its destructive downsides. Strongman has its benefits, but it also has its downsides. Powerlifting, in my opinion, is the least of all evils out of all of this. Today, I have talked to you about why I believe powerlifting is the best. I talked about my first point about what you can achieve with powerlifting, and I talked about my second point about comparing the two. I hope that you learned a little bit about my favorite sports today and have devised your own opinion about which one is the best. Thank you.